You've stepped on the tiger's tail, time and time again, and have now incurred the wrath of the dragon. Normally speaking, they would have remained asleep for eternity. But now, that's changed. For you've awakened them. They've had their sights on you. All this time, lying in wait. Vowing to never let you escape.
Alright guys, we're back. Demon Slayer, we're going to be covering Demon Slayer, the castle, the Infinity Castle. Yeah, we're going to give our thoughts and pretty much like a review on it, you know, what we thought about it. You guys let us know what you guys think too in the comment section. We really like your feedback, you know.
I will say that most of the experience when we went to go see it in the theaters, like, it didn't smell like sweaty people. You know, there was people that was actually in cosplay. I did see on Google somewhere that, you know, people were like designing the chairs and shit to match Tanjiro, which is it looked pretty good. You could see like the massive fan base that is like really centered around this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Over the years, especially since 2020, Demon Slayer fan base has grown humongously. It's breaking box office. It's like one of the highest rated anime movies in Japan. It surpassed the Pokemon movie that originally came out in the early 2000s, like in America.
And that's pretty crazy because I was gonna say back then that movie did phenomenal, and we were like, well, you know, not trying to throw our ages out there already, but yeah, we were kids when that movie came out. Some people were not even thought of yet.
Right. Yeah, literally.
But no, it really all depends what like if you went to go see it in IMAX. I know for us, we went to go see it with lasers with you know, IMAX or some shit like that. It was good looking. I don't think it like helped anything, but yeah, no, definitely the movie looked really smooth, and you know, it makes you think, like, looking back at that Pokemon movie was just like, wow, we came a long way as far as like how anime looks now. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, especially like before mixing like 3D and 2D together as like a mixed medium. The UF table, like, I know them originally from the Fate series, the Fate Zero series, and then they started doing Demon Slayer animation. But yeah, like they're known to kill it as far as like the particle effects and like the power-ups and like whatever the characters do, or as like the scaling of how the animation looks with like showing like the powers of the dragons going through the sword, or like everything.
I thought it looked really beautiful, guys. You know, that's just saying it right off the bat. Now, I will say, I know there's gonna be some fans listening to this. If they are, like, if you're a really deep fan, guys, we're gonna say these kind of things based off how we feel. I always want to make that kind of present that way, because we're gonna have people that are just gonna like go straight at our necks, and you know what I mean, try to give us like some sort of deep dive and better understanding. I mean, we definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on like what you guys thought of the movie, but like if we say things that we're not really too keen on, you know, again, like, forgive us for that, but you know what I mean, we're casual fans, I guess you would say. Like, we like the show, we like the series, it's a great series. I didn't read the manga. I know the manga, I don't know, maybe I think the manga kind of pretty much touches base up on the same kind of, you know, from the actual anime and the movies and shit. So
it's a one-on-one animation.
Right. It's not like, you know, I'm missing a big chunk of the actual story itself if I don't read the mangas. But, you know, again, there's going to be people that actually do really deep dives and really, you know, dissect the topic of, you know, each character and their backstories. Like, we're not doing that. We're going to speak from our opinions on what we thought of the movie, what was the greatest kind of parts of it, what was some of the most connections that we had with the characters, and then, you know, some of the negatives from the movie. You know, it's not, no movie's out there perfect, and that's kind of why we have this on our podcast. Right. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep. And I know, like, the Demon Slayer fan base, they're like the younger generation typically. You know, a lot of people discovered it through like TikTok and like, you know, 2020 us being in quarantine and everything. So I know it's like up there with Jujutsu Kaisen and a lot of those
And
fan bases.
that's another one because of that. You know, they're getting a movie in December. I think they're getting one this year too for Jujutsu Kaisen, and we didn't even touch that series yet. So it's like, again, you know what I mean? Like we're just gonna it's very opinionated, kind of based off this. But Don, you want to go and share with us first? Like, what was the best kind of things that you really connected with the movie and the character?
Oh yeah, yeah. I started with the positives. I like that it picked up pretty much where the last episode of the training arc seasons, stopped off at. Yeah, it pretty much is going into the Infinity Castle. I really like that. It showed them, going straight towards the demons that they had to take down. Part of the Hashira, the clan.
Yeah.
And it was cool that, especially that middle portion of the movie, I really liked that they showed like the battle sequences and how they was like interacting with the castle, and it was like constantly like shifting throughout the movie.
I thought the castle was really fucking awesome. Like it was really cool. Like I don't know if you guys got a chance to, you guys actually went to go see it on premiere night. You got a chance. I mean, it looks like a lunchbox kind of looking tinfoil tin box.
Popcorn.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the popcorn bucket. It's literally like, it looks like a lunchbox. At least the lunchbox is back from when I was a kid. And then we had this one stingy girl in there that she tried to buy like 6 of them. I don't know why. And the girl at the concession stand was like, "No, you already bought like 2 of them. The hell out of my face." I went back and got some water. Yeah, I went back and got some water. She was just like, "Dude, I'm telling you, like this series is a diehard fan." But outside of that, no, the castle was very, very, very cool looking, man. Like it literally faces up to the title of the movie. It's infinite. Like there's no stopping to like how many layers of fucking floors and like the little huts or within the castle. It just keeps going, man.
Exactly. And like the battle sequences, especially my boy, he was like the highlight for me. The Gayu. Sorry if I'm pronouncing some of these names wrong, by the way, but he has like the water breathing technique.
Yo, he was going in, bro. Like he was killing it, bro. He was killing it. Like
I would say way better than Tanjiro.
Yeah, man. Like I just feel like Tanjiro was like it's like a pre-workout. Like I feel like he was like he wasn't doing his full potential, and I get why they saved that, because obviously I knew like from that moment when you saw like Giyu fight Akasa like in their first actual battle. Because honestly, I feel like that's where the movie really started to pick up at. Like I think we both agreed on that. Like the fight with I forget her name all the time. What was her name again? Don, the one that again. Oh yeah, I meant to say before we continue, we should have said this in the beginning. Again, guys, spoilers. If you guys didn't see the movie, definitely don't want to like chime into this video. We you want to click out and then come back after you watch the movie. But I forgot what the name. What's her name again? Do you remember her name? Yeah, Shinobu. Yeah, Shinobu. Like, yeah, dude. I think a lot of people was like taken away by when she passed away. Like, you know what I mean? Like we didn't see that coming. I mean, we knew that she was fighting an upper rank demon and number 2 at that. So it's like I thought the higher rank Hashiras, were gonna be able to, give some sort of a match to the upper rank demons. We found that out real quick. That shit don't matter. Like he was playing with his food the whole time. So it was like it was definitely, it did took a lot of people in the audience at least the theater that we went to and the time show we went to. The people were just like, holy shit, like, because we were thinking like maybe she got knocked out. He was absorbing her, but when he did break her back and you know what I mean, he absorbed her. She was gone.
Yeah, that was another highlight for me, that whole battle. I wish it went on a little longer, but yeah, that would dig into like some of my problems with the movie. But yeah, she put up a fight though, like at the beginning of that.
She did. It really made me thought that she had a fighting chance that she was gonna survive the fight. And honestly, what I thought in the beginning of that fight was that somebody else was gonna chime in or help her fight her, because she was giving it all she's got, by herself. And she did well holding up against him for a long period of time. A good percentage of the time. He even said it. He was like, "Yo, I give you praise for lasting this long." But I really thought that somebody else was like Tanjiro or somebody was going to come to her rescue. But her apprentice did. But there was not much that their apprentice was going to do at that time, and it was already too late by the time that she arrived. So it was unfortunate. I think that was probably the biggest loss we've seen outside of obviously Akusa, but we'll talk about that later.
Right.
But yeah, no, that fight was crazy. But I'm saying, going back to what I was saying was, outside of that fight, I mean, it was cool, but that was like a kind of an introduction to the movie. Senetsu, that was a decent fight too. I know a lot of I know Don doesn't. Don has mixed feelings about Senetsu, man. He just is like, man, he whines a lot. He whines a lot. He's just, I know that's like the main point of his character. He bitches a lot, and he's too extra. He's dramatic. He can't take himself serious half the time. But I don't mind Senetsu. It's he's actually a likable character. Dude, the biggest thing I like about him is obviously the lightning. He's the only character in the series that besides his master who showed him, and the other guy, I don't even know who the rank number 6. I don't think I've seen him in the show. Is he new to the movie? Because I don't remember seeing him in the show.
Yeah, this is the first introduction, I believe. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's our first introduction to him.
I watched the series recently. I don't remember seeing rank 6. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, they kind of rushed like the backstory of like who he was to his like partner back when he was Zenitsu was younger, and him and his sensei, he like trained alongside of him. So I guess that was like their way of introducing him and also offing him at the same time in the movie.
Yeah. He had his moment to shine. I mean, it didn't last too long, but when he did that new signature move with the dragon band, a lot of people in the movie was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, they was like, bro, a lot of people was shocked, man. They were like, "Whoa, where did this guy come from?" And it's just like, yeah, man, Senetsu he's like a hidden talent. He's like a hidden gem. You know what I mean? And it was nice to see that battle too. But I think we all can agree that the real actual fight is when we got to Akusa, because this movie is literally centered around Akusa. He had the most screen time. It got a chance for us to get deeper into the demons. That was the only cool part of it. Like, I will say there's a lot of back and forth between past and present, but that's always been their kind of style within Demon Slayer. But with this one, it was pretty decent to see like rank 2 and Akusa and shit. Especially Akusa, it was a long, deep story with that, and it was pretty cool. I will say there was a better connection. There was parts that did feel like it was dragging too much, but we'll get into that a little bit. But the fight, man, between them, when Giyu stepped in, I just felt like it just really was a good fight. Like, Tanjiro, it was like he was just doing dumb shit, bro. Like,
he disappointed me in the whole movie, I would say. Because he just kept having dialogues within his mind, kept overthinking things or things that we already known in the show to be. Like, they over-explain things. I'm like, dude.
I get it. I get it. That's just, he's like Goku. It's more like he does a lot of studying, and he plays around in his head a lot when he tries to figure something out. And Akusa, it took a lot longer than most fights that he, I guess, faced against, but he's never faced these upper ranked demons before. To see that he graduated all the way up to this point is kind of the main premise of the show. Like, he went through a lot back there in the other seasons.
All right. I just wish they would have saved some of that like flashbacks for like the previous season, like the training arc. It would have been cool if they mixed that in instead of like, sprinkling it throughout the movie and kind of extending the time length that was unnecessary. But yeah, it was cool with like Tanjiro like showing the flashback of his dad. That was a cool part. I like that. Like
But
the
right, that's what I'm
detail.
saying. We didn't show too much of his father before either. That was something added to the movie too. I mean, I think the only thing we knew about his dad, and again, guys, not trying to do too much background, but you know, it's from what we know about his dad, he was like one of the only Hashiras, or I don't know if he was an actual Hashira, but he was the only one to really fuck up Muzan. You know what I mean? Like Muzan was like saying, "Oh, this guy, this is the guy right here." Like, you know what I mean? Like he's the problem. So it's like, that's the only thing we really know about him. I mean, this one we actually saw that you know Tanjiro was younger. You know, he taught him a few things that he, I guess, like somehow remembered in this particular fight to help him go up against Akusa, which was it almost felt like he unlocked like Ultra Instinct or some shit. That's what it looked like when he opened his eyes up and started seeing like the other, you know, transparent world or some shit, that he's able to see like the muscles and everything but keep calm instead of having to tap into his fighting spirit. Like those, yeah, that was probably the coolest part about the movie, really, honestly.
Yeah, because it was like to lower his instinct, and that was like the whole point. Is like he can't come noticeable like when he's behind him, and it's stealth.
But that's honestly like the fight, man. It was probably the biggest highlight of the movie, really. You know, what I liked about it was, again, like it gave us more of a closer eye up on people's more background stories. Like, yes, Tanjiro with his father, Zenitsu with his master. You know, we didn't know too much about that. Let's see, Akusai, that connection with his, you know, other family that he had, the mentor that taught him how to fight, and the little girl he was supposed to marry when he took care of her, you know, his father when he passed away. Like there's a lot of connection to these characters, and we got a glimpse to see that in this film. So I do like the connections that make sense with their characters as they're, you know, growing, and you know, they're facing more deeper challenges that kind of make them remember some of the hidden memories in their selves. Like that's the biggest thing if you really take away from the movie. It's just like everybody forgot, you know, the roots of who they are, or like their memories and shit, and they went back. Like Tanjiro had to remember what his dad showed him, and you know, Akusa had to go back and remember like who taught him how to fight, or the reason why he kept fighting, or the reason he turned into a demon. Like he forgot about all that shit because it was like decades and, you know, 1,000 years or whatever the case is of mass murdering people and shit.
Yeah, it showed like the sympathy side, which is like a common theme throughout Demon Slayer. They showed like the demons' backstory before they die, like moments before, and it's funny because Tanjiro and his partner, like they could not take him down whatsoever. Like even when they cut his head off, like it took him killing himself, Kazuha killing himself to finish it.
You did say that because you said like the birds was like, hey, Tanjiro and Giyu managed to take down upper rank 3, and you were like, no, he didn't. He took out himself, bro. Like y'all motherfuckers don't get the credit for that. I mean, y'all participated in the fight, but bro, that motherfucker was not going down, man. It took him like 3 times to go down. 3 times.
Literally regenerated like 5 different times, even with his head cut off, and his head grew back, and he just had to punch himself to death, like literally.
Like the first cut off, we were like, cool, he died, his head disappeared. We were like, finally. And then you were like, yo, no, that there was something. It's not over. It's definitely not over. And his, you know, his body came back. His torso was still there, and he was still moving and shit. Then he threw the knife at his fucking. What it was his. I forgot what he threw, like his knife at like him and shit, and still was alive. Like
towards his forehead, I think.
Yeah, like it's like, bro, he just didn't fucking give up, bro. That motherfucker was not going down.
Oh, it's and I know like the upper rank demons are not are known to, even if you cut their heads off, they still stay alive. You had to burn them in the sun. That's like the biggest plot in the movie. Like they was waiting for like the sun to rise as
But
like the
even
whole
with
purpose.
him, even within like, I don't know if that was true sunlight, but like he, when he finally faded out and shit, like I don't know if it was because of due to the sunlight or he just gave up. I think it looked like he just kind of gave up towards the end.
Yo, yeah, he
Um,
just let his griefs go, like
but
everything.
hands down, he has to be the best fucking demon ever. Like I don't care what you say, he definitely had the greatest screen time. He had the most deep connection. The rest of them is more like evil if you think about it. Like he was actually a good person. The upper rank 2 was a dick. He didn't give a shit after a while. He was some sort of like prince or some shit. They looked at him as a god, and he clearly he just not cared about anybody.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
what
rest
how
of,
it was portrayed at first, and then they go into their backstories and they show like their most sympathetic side to them.
true,
More.
but I don't see, I don't see no, like I am curious to see like what is one's, because one looks more, one looks crazy, bro.
Oh
Like
yeah,
it,
he's
the
literally
six eye,
merged.
the six eyes and shit. Like he looks like he's gonna be a fucking problem, bro.
I mean, I
Um,
could be wrong, but even though it's gonna be like 4 years from now, because it looks like it's gonna go
yeah,
to
you said, yeah,
2029.
we did look up we did do our research, guys. We definitely won't be able to finish the series, probably not until like 2029, because we still got like what you said, like 2 films left, probably.
Yeah, 2 more parts to this. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I wouldn't. We do say it might be milking the series just a bit, but they're gonna get every ounce of this. This is a massive franchise, like you know what I mean. So it's like they're gonna get every inch out of this out of this series as possible. So it's gonna happen.
right, yeah, and you can tell they're gonna split up this movie into like probably like 5 different episodes next year anyway. So they're gonna really try to stretch this out, because that's what they typically do. That's what they did with Mugen Train and the other one afterwards. So
Right.
yeah, we're going for a long ride. Pretty much the whole decade of Demon Slayer.
But outside of that, I definitely think that if we want to wrap this up real quick, what would you rate it though?
I'll rate it. I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7. It's like right in
7
the
out of
middle. Yeah, I had my issues, like I said, like a little bit too many flashbacks for me. Like I feel like they could have been split up into episodes, or like some of the inner dialogue with Tanjiro. Like I said, it was a little too much. But outside of that, it's pretty really solid movie. As far as like anime.
I always forget the other character's name, the Warhog guy. That was his name.
Oh yeah, he's barely in the movie that much.
Yeah, he barely in the movie. A lot of people didn't get too much screen time. Nesugo, like she was kind of there, but she was the whole point of that. They're trying to cure her, which is kind of crazy.
Right. She was running alongside like Daimu.
Yeah, what fucked Don up was the whatchamacallit, the kids from the master. You were just like, oh yo, didn't they die? I thought they died with him, and I was like, nah. He had like 5 kids, man.
Oh yeah, the kids that exploded alongside
Yeah,
the
it
dad.
was 2 of them that went with him, but the other ones, I guess they were just hiding and shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had like a big family.
Yeah,
They all look the same.
that motherfucker was pumping, shite.
Yeah, literally. What would you get it though as a rating?
Honestly, I probably would give it about 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's solid 8. I really liked the movie. It was really good film for it. I think we were waiting for a long time, especially a Demon Slayer fan. And I think most of the fans were actually waiting for this movie to come out for a while now. And it's just like, it sucks. I mean, the movie gave us something like this, but like now we're curious on like how they're going to go up against number 1 and number 2 and then Muzan. But we won't get those answers for another fucking a whole like 2 years, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Outside of that, I mean, unless you read the mangas, which I mean, some people already did. They were like, I already read the whole story, so I don't really give a shit. Outside of that, no, it was a really good film. If we want to know your guys' thoughts on like the film, you know, talking about like what you guys actually liked about the film, what could have changed, what needed to stay, like whatever you guys think that was actually worth, you know, kind of commenting. We want to hear about it. You know, always drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and stay tuned.
Peace.